Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Alex here. In today's video we're talking about the floods that hit the Gulf states. United Arab Emirates, Oman, Bahrain, even Qatar. We all had some storms, we all had some rainfall, but Dubai seemed to be hit most. Dubai had a lot of flooding, it had a lot of issues, and we're gonna talk about it in today's video. This happened last month in April 2024. Absolutely crazy situation in Dubai. Everybody boasted on social media about it. Highways and malls have been flooded, schools have been closed and flights disrupted at one of the world's busiest airports after the United Arab Emirates experienced what the government described as its largest amount of rainfall in 75 years. That's absolutely crazy. So it's been 75 years since we had this kind of a storm happening here in the UAE. Now, me living in Abu Dhabi, the situation was actually much better, but in Dubai, a lot of flooding, a lot of pools of water gathered in Abu Dhabi. I think because it's like more of an insular place, the water drained much faster. One of the most affected places was actually Dubai Airport. Dubai Airport was crazy, ladies and gents. The flooding in Dubai Airport, and you can see this footage right here of Fly Dubai, one of the carriers from UAE. Basically, this Boeing 737 was swimming while taxiing right through the Dubai Airport. That's absolutely crazy. The jets are moving through deep water, spraying water in their wake, while photos capture city streets turn to rivers with cars sitting abandoned in flood waters. Many of Dubai's famous underground passageways have been flooded because the water just goes there and keeps flooding the place. So obviously the water levels will rise a lot. Many times those water levels exceeded the car height. So the cars were completely submerged in water. You cannot get a taxi. There's people sleeping in the metro station. There's people sleeping in the airports. Despite the widespread impact, authorities have remained tight-lipped on the extent of the damage. Paul Griffiths, the airport CEO, said the situation remained incredibly challenging. In living memory, I don't think anybody has ever seen conditions like this. They said that we are in uncharted territory. And, you know, it's funny because many people say, oh, you know, it's Dubai, they're not prepared, the drainage system is shit. People are quick to blame the situation on Dubai authorities. And granted, I think partially they do have a bit of a blame. But nevertheless, I think everybody has to remember the fact that this is the heaviest rainfall and the heaviest storm the country has seen since 75 years. So this is not unusual, this is not an unusual situation, and I think regardless of the country, if this storm hits your country, or whichever country the storm hits, it's gonna cause damage, it's gonna cause chaos, it's gonna cause flooding. You know, it's just the way it is. The drainage system, a regular drainage system, I don't think it can cope with this amount of rainfall. Even if you think about countries that has experienced rainfall a lot, like Britain, I think even Britain would be quite shocked by this amount of rainfall all at once. There was 2 days in which it kept raining, it kept going, it didn't stop. So people have to remember this. There's a few reasons that this happened, right? And also I heard an interesting theory, the fact that the drainage system might also be blocked sometimes by sand. As we are living in the desert, Dubai is basically a place within the desert, so there's sand everywhere. So then the drainage system might be covered in sand, dust, and so on and so forth. So that makes it harder when you have such an event, a catastrophic event, nature, the brutal force of nature showcasing itself. Some media reports suggested the rains may have been made worse by cloud seeding, a common practice in the dry Emirates to encourage clouds to produce precipitation by releasing salt particles into the air, often using planes. Yes, that happens usually when there's a couple of clouds and they want a bit of rain or they want more clouds in the sky. But it doesn't happen when they're attacked by a massive storm. Like, you will not cloud seed that massive storm. So I don't think it's related to cloud seeding, although people are quick to judge. on social media, obviously everybody's talking about cloud seeding. Yeah, it's like you don't play God, right? You don't play God with nature, but I don't think it's cloud seeding here. It's just a massive storm that gathered in the whole region, right? In the whole region. It's not only Dubai, it's not only the UAE, it's also Oman, Bahrain, Qatar, so on and so forth. So anyways, regarding the airport, Emirates boss apologizes for handling of Dubai floods. Because a lot of passengers have been stranded in the airport. Emirates has cancelled around 1,300 flights. It was complete chaos at Dubai airport when the storm hit. And yeah, obviously it's gonna be repercussions. Passengers were upset. Passengers were left in the airport for a long time, sometimes without food and water. You know, those things happen, unfortunately, and it's a shame. Maybe some more measures should be put in place. But you have to remember logistics, transport, everything was disrupted. You cannot go from one place to the other because there's floods. So everything is blocked. The whole city is kind of blocked. So not your regular Dubai vacation in case you came in vacation in Dubai during this time. Imagine that. But nevertheless, me living in Abu Dhabi, ladies and gents, I just want to report like everything was okay here. We did had a bit of flooding in certain areas of Abu Dhabi, but not as much as it would disrupt completely the logistics of things or the airport. The airport was actually not flooded. We had some puddles here and there, but the airport was quite fine. Like our planes were moving. Etihad was okay. Personally, during this storm, I remember I was at home. I was just sleeping in my bed, and I was awakened by the sound of stuff happening around me. It was thunders, it was lightning strikes, it was a lot of rain, and yeah, that was pretty crazy, to be honest. But I was on ground that time. I was not working. I just had a couple of days off, so I was pretty much okay. I just sit at home. And then in a couple of days afterwards, I had my first flight. Everything was fine. There was a bit of flooding on the way as I was going with the bus to the airport, but nothing too major, to be honest. And my aircraft departed maybe with a 10 minutes delay. But that's it. So it was fine in Abu Dhabi. I even had a lot of passengers that were flying from Abu Dhabi because they couldn't fly from Dubai. So they just drove to Abu Dhabi and then they were flying to their destination from Abu Dhabi. So that happened. And I'm personally happy I didn't get stranded somewhere, because many of our colleagues from Emirates, including my sister, she got a bit stranded. A bit of footage here from The Guardian, ladies and gents. Dubai streets remain flooded as the city struggles with cleanup. This was just after the event, the heaviest rainfall indeed in 75 years. And this is what I wanted to go to. The traffic was crazy, and I saw a lot of pictures. I had friends that were stuck in traffic for like 3 or 4 hours, and I heard the biggest amount of time you can get stuck in traffic for more than 8 hours. So that happened. Traffic is a consequence of the flooding, obviously, because you have pools of water and you cannot pass with the car. And then the whole Sheikh Zayed roads is flooded. What do you do next? Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. People stuck in the airport, in Dubai airport, of course. Flights are not moving. People want to go. They're just stranded. And yeah, this is what happened basically. You can just go with a boat in Dubai. Cars no longer needed.
The building have no electricity, no water.
Yeah, that's quite bad. That's quite bad. Fortunately, it passed. Now, the good part about this whole situation is 3 or 4 days afterwards, it was already much better. The floods receded, the water receded. Authorities, they did their part. They had water pumps and everything, so that really helped the whole situation. Now, ladies and gents, please let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about this whole situation? Dubai floods, UAE underwater, quite dramatic indeed, but yeah, it was a crazy month. Let me know in the comment section down below if you get stranded, if you were affected by those floods. Tell your experience, if you will, in the comment section down below if that happened. And yeah, Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, ladies and gents, see you guys on the next one.